first write a reverse outline. And a reverse outline should be done once you have your introduction complete, once you have your body paragraphs complete. Then you're going to check the structure of your essay to make sure that it makes sense. You have to make sure that every single body paragraph has one main idea that it argues for, and that every single body paragraph supports your thesis statement. So the reverse outline does two things. It allows you to quickly check the structure of your essay, and it also helps you start building your conclusion. So the first thing you're going to do is just refresh your memory about your thesis statement. When I do this, I actually like to write my thesis statement down on the reverse outline page. And this reverse outline page, you can write it on anything. You can use an index card. It's not something that you're going to actually put into your essay. I mean, you're going to use it to build your conclusion, but the reverse outline is just a tool. So my thesis statement is, marijuana can offer health benefits for specific people, including those suffering from cancer, pain, and anxiety. So remember, I had this 3-part thesis statement, and I have 4 body paragraphs. First body paragraph talks about marijuana use in cancer. The second, its use with pain. The third, its use with anxiety. And my 4th body paragraph is that counter argument I just made. Okay, so body paragraph 1, I read it through, and let's see, it's right here. Let's find it. So this is body paragraph 1, and I read it all the way through, and in different words, I came up with one sentence that summarizes the main idea of that paragraph. Marijuana, well, actually, Annika came up with it, but it's a good sentence. Marijuana indirectly helps cure cancer, because that's what this paragraph is about. And the paragraph only has one idea. It only talks about cancer, and it only talks about marijuana use helping cancer patients. So that's a good statement. And then also I check it. Okay, it definitely supports my thesis statement. So my body paragraph 2, marijuana is a better pain medication than opioids. I did the same thing. I looked at what I had actually written for body paragraph 2, summarized it in one sentence, made sure there was only one main idea, and there was, and then I make sure that it supports the thesis statement, and it does. Body paragraph 3, marijuana may ease anxiety in some patients. Yep, one main idea, supports the thesis statement. Body paragraph 4, many say that marijuana use can lead to using other illegal drugs, but this recreational use is not related to medical use of marijuana. So that's my main point in my counter argument. And that's not directly supporting the thesis statement, because you usually do not include a counter argument in a thesis, but it is related. So I can see that all the body paragraphs support my thesis. Each body paragraph only has one main idea. So I can check very quickly that my essay is organized, and I'm ready now to start writing the conclusion. If your reverse outline reveals that your body paragraphs do not support your thesis, or that they have 2 main ideas, then you have a choice. If your body paragraphs do not support your thesis statement, the best thing to do is to rewrite your thesis statement. It's easier to rewrite one sentence than it is to rewrite the whole essay. If it turns out that your body paragraphs, that one body paragraph, say, has 2 main ideas, well, you just split that up into 2 paragraphs. So the fixes are usually pretty easy. So when you have your conclusion, after you've done your reverse outline, your conclusion is almost completely finished. The first step is to restate your thesis. Use different words, but say the same thing. So I'm writing, marijuana can be a helpful tool in the medical field for specific patients. And then I'm going to take each summarizing sentence from my reverse outline, and I'm just going to copy it right over to my conclusion. It indirectly helps cure cancer, is a better pain medication than opioids, and may ease anxiety in some patients. Remember last week when we did this, when we put the full statements, it was very choppy and it sounded, it didn't sound right. So you might have to add some transitional words or phrases. You might have to take out some words. I took out a lot of words and I added commas, and it's much smoother now. Many say that marijuana use can lead to using other illegal drugs, but this recreational use is not related to its medical use. That's my counter argument. So, these 4, 5, and 6, this is where the subjective opinion comes in. This is where you don't have to have all of these, but you should try to have these because they can make your conclusion a lot stronger. What your conclusion should do is tie up all the loose ends in your paper. So that is a functional conclusion. The best conclusions leave your readers feeling motivated and inspired about the topic. So to do that, it's a good idea to add a sentence about possible future research on this issue. So here I wrote, in the future, more research on medical benefits of marijuana will surely help countless people feel better. Then it's a really good idea to add a personal anecdote or a relevant current event. A personal anecdote means that you're engaging with your reader. People gravitate towards personal stories. We like to hear about other people's personal stories. And also a relevant current event will show people how important this topic is. So what I came up with was, when my creative writing teacher in college was suffering from breast cancer, she found that THC was the only treatment that reduced her nausea and helped her remain strong enough for a successful recovery. And then finally, if you can, add a big idea that emphasizes how important your topic is. So what I came up with was this, and it was kind of inspired by my counter argument. It would be unethical for the medical field to disregard a potentially life-saving drug because it may be illegally misused by some people. And that's my full conclusion. So once I've written this, I just pop it in underneath my counter argument, save it, close the essay, put it aside for a few hours or a full day if I can. Then you go back to it and you just do proofreading. And it's important, if you can, we can't always do this, but if you can, give yourself some time between finishing the essay and looking it over for proofreading, because you're going to find mistakes that you made that you didn't realize that you made. And you need to take a little bit of a break from the work in order to see those. And that is how you do the conclusion. I'm going to